Youtooz! I'm your host, the Teen Muffin, and today we're going to be talking about the FNaF 10th anniversary, the FNaF 2 movie, Hex, Youtooz, and more. The 10th anniversary for FNaF did just wrap up. The entire week is finished, and we got a lot of stuff from that. Some new games like Into the Pit and 5 Laps at Freddy's. We got a Steel Wool announcement, which is a new game coming next year. There was the Scott Cawthon interview, and Dead by Daylight is going to have FNaF in it. That stuff you've probably already heard of, but there's a lot of news here I'm sure you haven't seen yet. Starting off, we've got a bunch of news here on the FNaF 2 movie, because throughout the week we got a bunch of new images of the animatronics that will be in it. We got this one here showing what appears to be Mangle's head. It's not the completed thing, but definitely the top half of the head there with the snout at the front. I believe this is Mangle, looks like Mangle, and it looks pretty cool from what we've got so far. We also got this one of Toy Freddy, which looks very good. Toy Freddy's pretty much complete head, just missing the ears and whatnot. From that, it looks very good. I'm very excited to see what that looks like in color. And the coolest of the toy animatronics here is that we got a full look at the Toy Bonnie head, ears, eyes, and all. Not 100% complete, like the nose is missing as well as the little inside bits of the ears, but everything else is complete, and this is our first time seeing one of their heads with the eyes in it. He's got those green eyes there. It looks so good. All of these guys that we've seen so far look pretty much exactly like the ones from in-game. Seeing these guys in motion and in color is going to be so awesome. Along with the toy animatronics, we're also going to be getting the withered animatronics in the movie. As you can see here, we've got some small looks at what I believe are the heads for Withered Chica and Withered Freddy. Now, we don't see the entire things here. Like, what I think is Withered Chica has the top of the head cut off, missing the top part of the beak. Not complete at all. Withered Freddy as well. I believe that's the bottom jaw and then the snout of him, but still awesome to see there. I'm very excited to see what these guys look finished. You can't see it too well, but behind Withered Freddy there is Withered Foxy's head as well. This one we do have a closer look at, which looks so cool. So far from the Withered animatronics, I think this is my favorite one. The shape of the head looks really sick with that really long, skinny snout. I think they did a great job with the shape of this guy's head. And the last one here is a look at Withered Bonnie. You can see him there with his mouth opened up, his ears at the top, and what I think is going to be the endoskeleton at the back of his head. All of these look really good. I'm really glad that they actually look like the FNaF 2 Withered animatronics. There was a theory that they were going to be reusing the FNaF 1 animatronics and breaking them down so it wouldn't be the same as FNaF 2, but clearly they are making completely new animatronics for these guys, and they're going to look so good when they're completed. This gives me a lot of hope for this movie. We already know it's going to be more horror-based than the original, and the animatronics, just like the first movie, from what we can see, look amazing, so I am so excited to get more news on this in the future. Speaking of which, we do actually have some more news on the FNaF 2 movie. The FNaF Twitter account tweeted, "There was one more surprise before the day is over. We will be releasing one page from the actual Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie screenplay. Of course, it might be more interesting if it were released alongside 3 fake screenplay pages. It will be up to the fan base to figure out which page is real. Happy 10th anniversary." So we do have 4 pages of what are FNaF 2 movie screenplays. We don't know which one is the real one and which one is the fake one. Either way though, one of these things is an actual page from the script of the next movie, so this could reveal some big things. I will say one of these has a conversation between Toy Chica and Vanessa. One of them has a general, I believe, talking about the animatronics being funded by the government. The other 2, I don't think there's anything too interesting in them. So I would assume the second one's fake, because we did hear that there was a screenplay at some point about an underground, like, government facility with animatronics happening. I don't know, it was a weird thing, but I would assume that one's fake. I'm curious to find out which one is the real script. Now let's talk about some merch news. Sanshee has just released 2 new plushies. of Fredbear and Fredbear. One of these is the Fredbear plush in the sister location private room. The other one, I guess, is just supposed to be the animatronic. I don't know what's in my throat right now. Now, I will say, I think these are both very ugly plushies, which is really unfortunate because Sanshee, I feel like, has been killing it recently. They released these Security Breach plushies, which in my personal opinion are like the best FNaF plushies we've gotten. They look just like the ones from Security Breach. I'm a big fan. And then they come out with these guys, which I'm not a big fan of. It's just the head shape is weird, the eyes I feel like are too close together, the mouth, like the teeth in it, don't look good. And it doesn't make any sense to me, because we had a Fredbear plush before, and that one was great, so why are they making two new ones that just look completely different than the original, that don't look great? I don't know, but those are out for pre-order. But yeah, hopefully the next wave of plushies they make is a little bit better. I guess we'll have to wait and see. We've also got some Youtooz news. We got a better look at the Into the Pit Spring Bonnie plush. And yes, it is confirmed to be Into the Pit Spring Bonnie, so you people saying it isn't, were wrong. That automatically means you have to subscribe and leave a like on the video, as well as comment saying that you're proud of me. We now know that this guy's going to be releasing on August 13th, and alongside that, we're also going to be getting a pin set for Into the Pit, as you can see here. I don't know why Fredbear's in there, but he is. It looks pretty cool, good drawings there. And there's also going to be an 8-inch figure of the Sun and Moon. Now that's pretty interesting. That is, I believe, our first 8-inch FNaF Youtooz figure. They said it's going to be $40, and I guess if you missed this figure originally when they released it as the normal version, you can now get this one instead. I am a little bit disappointed that the 8-inch figure is just a figure we already got, but scaled up. I think it would have been cool to get just a big character as it, like DJ Music Man or something like that. But still, having a much bigger version of the figure for not too much more of an increased price, I think it's pretty cool. Very good figure. I think that's going to be actually pretty cool to have in person. And speaking of plushies, Hex has revealed 3 new ones, the first one here being Circus Baby. This, of course, is going to be in their sister location line of plushies. From what we can see here, I think it actually does look like a pretty good design. It's got a bunch of detailing on it, like the lines on the face. It's got those little gray bits on the arms and legs. I think it looks good. I will say, clearly the faceplates aren't going to be something you can open up. I was hoping they'd have some type of faceplate functionality, since the whole Hex thing is there's magnets in the plushies, so you can like take bits off. So having faceplates you can open up would have been really cool, but I don't know how that would look anyway. It probably wouldn't end up looking very good. So this is good. I like how it looks. Then there's this one of Glamour Chica, which actually looks pretty good as well. I think the design is decent. Unfortunately though, there is a lot of printed on color, which I'm not a big fan of, like I mentioned. But the design looks good, and I like the guitar on it as well. And then there is the Roxanne plush, which I actually think looks better. I think the face might look a little bit uglier than the Glamour Chica one, but it seems like there's less printing on it, and the outfit she's wearing especially looks very good. It's like this shiny material, it's not printed on. I think that looks really good. We've got some more Hex news here because Johnny Blocks made a tweet with an exclusive look at the glow-in-the-dark Shadow Freddy hoodie. So you can see the hoodie here, it's got a cool design there, a little Freddy on the front, and then a big design on the back, which glows in the dark. I think it looks like a pretty cool design, pretty cool artwork, and a glow-in-the-dark hoodie is interesting. They also revealed a look at the Chica hoodie, as you can see here. It's going to be the design on the back, I assume, with Chica and the cupcake looking through a tear. We saw this before with Foxy, the artwork looks really good, and we also have a small look at the Bonnie one, because that's what their profile picture is now. The artwork on these is really good. My favorite's probably going to be Foxy, because he is actually physically ripping through it with the hook. I think that's pretty sweet. And on the topic of clothing, we've got some news on Cloak because they released a new line of FNaF clothing. We've got a couple main designs here, one which is like this multi-level building with a bunch of FNaF characters in it, which looks really cool. I really like that artwork. And then there's this one with what appears to be a bunch of the animatronics surrounding a purple night guard inside of like a security room or whatever. I think that one's pretty cool as well. Now this stuff is very expensive. The clothes, like a shirt would be like $50 to buy, and there's this big metal print which is, I think $175 or something like that, which is wild, so I won't be picking up any of this stuff, but if any of you are big Cloak fans and like these designs, which do look really cool, those are available now. And that is all the news we have today, so if you want to subscribe, you can click the button on the top of my head. If you want to watch one of my last news videos, you can click that button over there, and if you want to see some other video I made, you can click that button over there. And I'll see you when we get some more news on the FNaF 2 movie.